Hello guys, welcome to another edition of Nascent Tutelage. Today we are going to be looking at cloud computing and also the three models of cloud computing services. Please, if you are new to the channel or you've not yet subscribed, please do that. I've I realize that most of you are watching the videos, but then you are not subscribing. Please, if you have not yet subscribed, advise yourself. Thank you. So let's just get straight into it. Cloud computing means using computing resources like storage, processing power, network components, and softwares over the internet. So with cloud computing, you don't need to own a physical computer to have access to these computing resources. All you need is a reliable internet connection. Okay. With the physical computer device like the desktop computer, laptop, mobile phone, it gives you access to these computing resources like storage, network components, and servers. Okay, using physical components. So, for instance, your computer needs to have hard disk drive before you can have access to storage. Okay, your computer needs to have a CD drive. So, all these devices, physical components, give you access to storage, RAM, CPU, and then the ROM as well. If you want to have access to network using the physical computer, you need a router, you need a MiFi if it is for a phone device and all these things. But then with the cloud computing, you don't need to own all these physical components before you can have access to basic computing resources like storage. So that's what cloud computing means. Typical examples are Google Drive, uh, iCloud. Uh, you know, these are some of the examples of cloud computing because with Google Drive and iCloud, it gives you access to storage. So you can store your pictures, your videos, and your games on the Google Drive. All you need is internet connection. Then you create an account and you save it there. You don't need a hard drive or a pen drive to store your items on it. So that's how the cloud computing system works. So basically there are three models of cloud computing services. When we look at all the examples of cloud computing from storage, network, components, servers, they can be classified into three models. So we are going to look at these models one after the other. So these models are infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So to better understand these three service models of cloud computing, let's use let's use this scenario. Okay, so as you can see, we have a garage, we have a car chassis, and then we have a complete car. So let's say that you want to own a car, okay, or you're a car mechanic, you want to own a car. Let's use this approach to understanding how you can get a car. So you can have a garage with the tools that you need to build a car. Then you develop your own car if you're a car mechanic. You can also have a car chassis with all the car components. Then you will build or you will fix everything together to have your car. Or you can just use a short approach. You have your money, then you go to a dealer shop, then you buy the preferred car of your choice. So this is how the three models of cloud computing works. Just like a garage, the infrastructure as a service gives you the basic tools or the fundamentals of cloud computing that you need to be able to build or install your software. Okay. And then the platform give you the parts. Okay, so it doesn't just give you the garage, it also gives you the parts so that you can just put everything together. So platform as a server goes beyond giving you just the fundamentals, like the tools that you need to build your software. The platform as a server goes to the extent of giving you all the car components. So all you need to do is to fix these things together. Okay. And the software as a server gives you a complete or a ready to use car where you don't have to worry about owning a garage and having the necessary tools to build the car because you don't even have that capacity. All you need is a license to have access to software as a server platforms or services. So this is how the model works. We are going to be explaining them in detail just so you get a grasp of what each means. So the infrastructure as a service provides you with the fundamentals or the basics for cloud computing. Okay. The basics for cloud computing include storage, or you need storage. If it is an app or a software you want to build, you need storage to be able to build that software on. You need network components for people to be able to what? Reach out to your application. Network components can include the links and anything that will help people to have access to your software. And then you can also have the virtualization, the space. Okay. So for infrastructure as a service, it gives you all the basics or the fundamentals of cloud computing that you need to be able to develop your software. Okay. Typical examples are Amazon Web Services, Google Compute Engine, and so on. With the platform as a service, it gives you not just the infrastructure, okay, it gives you all the tools and a complete clouding environment that you need to be able to build a software. So just as we're using the scenario of a car, with platform as a server, it is for developers. So it gives them all the tools that they need to be able to develop a software. Then the developer will choose how they want to what deploy, configure, or even manage the software. So with platform, all the necessary tools are made available to you for you to be able to develop your software. Typical examples are Google App Engine and then the Amazon Beanstalk. We'll be giving some examples of each of them so you will have a better understanding of it. But just keep in mind that platform gives you a complete cloud environment for development and managing of what softwares. So software as a service is the last service model of cloud computing. This gives you a ready to use application. Okay. So you don't need to worry about having the infrastructure, the basic components like storage, server, and network component. You don't need to worry about that. You don't need to worry about tools that you need to be able to develop a software. All you need is to subscribe to the software, then you have access to it. So for instance, typical examples are Zoom. For you to use a Zoom to meet people, all you need is to download the app. Some of the software as a service systems are also paid. So you pay and then you have access to it, like Netflix. You pay. So it's for software as a service based on subscription. You don't need the basics to develop the tool. Everything is made available for you. Then you all you need to do is that you subscribe to the service to have access. So this is a breakdown of the three models. As you can see, look at the section on infrastructure as a service. So that cloud service model gives you access to just storage, networking, servers and virtualization. So with that one, you only have access to this. If you are using platform as a service, you have access to everything on the infrastructure as a service, as well as operating systems, middleware and software, runtime. Okay. So for platform as a service, you have access to all this. That is why every application that you use, you see that all of them have different versions for different operating systems. So you can have an application like Zoom, and that Zoom that you have on your Android will not run on iPhone. Okay, because iPhone also have a Zoom version that is synchronized or that has been optimized for that operating system. So for platform as a service, um, programmers have the ability or the flexibility of developing the software how they want it. Okay. And then with the software as a service, this cloud service model give you access to everything and the infrastructure, everything and the platform as a service, as well as a ready to use application. So these are the three differences between the three service models of cloud computing. It's more like a hierarchy. So the software as a service is built on a platform as a service, which is then built on an infrastructure as a service. So if you have a software like Salesforce, which is a software as a service, all you need to do is that with subscription, you have access to the software. Even though you are not in charge of running, managing and maintaining the software. It is built on a platform, either Microsoft Azure, Google App Engine, Amazon Beanstalk, among others. And these platforms are also built on an infrastructure. Okay, so that is how it is. If you are asked to explain these three service models in simple terms, you can just say that infrastructure as a service provides computer infrastructure as a service. Okay, so it provides the basic or the fundamental computing resources such as network, storage, servers, okay, to users. Then for platform as a service, in explaining, you can just say that platform as a service provide a complete clouding environment, including infrastructure as well as operating systems, middleware, and development tools. Okay. So for platform as a service, it's mostly used by developers or programmers. They use it to develop softwares. And then for software as a service, you can just say that software as a service provides a software over the internet to what multiple users at the same time. Okay. So all of them have advantages and disadvantages and is suitable based on the need that you have. So for software as a service, some of the advantages are that you don't have to worry about maintaining the software security wise. Okay, because the person who developed the software, they will do all that. For instance, with WhatsApp, they will automatically update the app and maintain it when necessary. You don't have to worry about all those things. Your the storage too, you don't have to worry about it. They keep your data safe. They manage everything for you. Some of the disadvantages are that you have limited customization options. Sometimes you can't choose the colors you want, how you want the software to be. For instance, if your favorite color is pink, you can't change most of the themes in WhatsApp to pink. It's only maybe the chat that you can do that. But for making certain um, critical changes to the app, you don't have that ability. Okay. And then you need a reliable internet connection. That can also be a challenge. Another challenge of software as a server is that sometimes there are concerns about data and privacy. For platform as a service, just as I said, that one is suitable for programmers. So advantages is that because they have the platform, it reduces coding time because they have pre-coded applications that they can just utilize to develop a software. Okay. There are also challenges of security. And then for infrastructure as a service, advantage is that it's flexible because you have the infrastructure. So you have full control over how you want everything to how you want your software to be developed. And then there are also challenges or disadvantage of security concerns. Okay, so these are basically the three models simplified. So in summary, cloud computing is um, providing us with computing resources over the internet. You don't need physical or hardware component before you can have access to these resources. You can just have access to them over the internet. So you look at Google Drive, that is software as a service, and all the various apps you use, you should be able to categorize them. So thank you for your time. I hope that this video did you some good in understanding the three models of cloud computing in general. See you in the next one.